The National Professional Paintball League is fast becoming the tournament paintball players' organization of choice. Not only do the tournaments sell out, the world's best pro teams know they must play this year to qualify for 2005. With back-to-back victories in Tampa and Denver, Infamous has become the team to beat, and a victory here in Las Vegas would cement their reputations as big game winners. Overall points and a purse prize of over $100,000 are the jackpot. So pressure up your tanks, fill your paint pods, and put on your masks. This is the Super 7 World Series. Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, on the grounds of UNLV's Sam Boyd Stadium for the fourth stop on the National Professional Paintball League Super 7 World Series. Hi everybody, I'm Artie Edmonds, alongside Rocky Cagnoni. Now Rocky, this is an incredible venue for paintball, isn't it?
Absolutely. NPPL knows how to put on an event. They have great reffing, they take care of the players, the venues that they pick are unbelievable. I mean, that's the main reason why the event sells out every time.
Well, let's talk about the team of the moment, Team Infamous. They made their NPPL Pro Ranks debut in Tampa and walked away with a win, beating defending champions Dynasty. They also won in Denver, but it wasn't as easy for them that time.
Totally. Every pro team that played in Denver took it up a notch. To make the finals, you had to post big scores. Excessive looked good the whole tournament. They beat Infamous in game one. Infamous came back, won the next two, and took their second event win.
All the teams are going to have to step it up here in Vegas, and it all boils down to the Commanders Cup final event in San Diego, California, where the top 5 results are used to judge every team's overall score. And as it sits right now, Dynasty's still on top,
yes,
despite a second place finish in Tampa and a third place finish in Denver. Well, let's check in with the third member of our team, our very own Tony Johnson. Tony, how's it looking where you are?
It looks great down here in the expo area. Thanks, Artie. But what really impresses me is the fields. The UNLV staff has done an incredible job of keeping the grass ready for this weekend's event. Weather-wise, the hot desert sun will definitely take its toll. 100-degree heat and high humidity have made dehydration a serious concern. With that, let's look at the prelims.
But it's a dry heat. That's what we always hear when we head to Las Vegas. But let me tell you, when Rocky and I got off the plane from Tampa, we wondered if we had ever left Florida. It was hot and humid on the first day of the event, so much so that teams had to clear the fields as lightning and thunder lit the sky. But not even that kept teams from making plans for the next day of competition.
Friday started off smooth. A clean slate and 8 games to make the final for all 4 divisions. The Pro Division was especially exciting at this event with the addition of even more teams to the Super 7. All in hopes of getting enough last-minute points to make the 2005 18 Pro Team cutoff.
Next year, 2005, we limited the top pro teams to 18. The reason for limiting it to 18 teams is we want to make a true circuit out of the Pro Division. Right now, anybody can sign up and be pro. And what we want is the best competition from around the world. So we have teams from like the London Tigers, Worms from France. They're here today trying to gain points to make it into that top 18. They may not take first place or get in the finals, but they definitely want to get the seed points.
Teams like the Worms and the London Tigers, who have been participating and acquiring points at the 4 European events in Bitburg, Toulouse, and Madrid and Malaga, Spain, are now in the States to beef up their 2004 scores and hopefully sit in that final 18. They are finding out, however, that competition in the US and the Super 7 is a little tougher than expected.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. We did not make what we expect to do on the fields. Marshalling was good. We were not sure about that before we came here, but we have no problem with the referees here. I mean, the organization is cool, and we are very happy to be here. We will be there in San Diego for sure.
Yeah, the whole thing, awesome. Literally, it's the first time we've come over as a team, and NPL rocks, mate. It's much better than European tournaments. The way it's held, the whole organisation, everything. Yeah, the US competition is much harder. Even Division 1, Division 2, the pros over in, well, we've got the top 3 pros from England over it, and I mean, we're having a fight for it.
Another pro team joining the Super 7 from the U.S. and looking to slip into the top 18 for next year were the New York Raiders, going 2-2 in their first day of competition.
Tell me where to take you way out.
Causing the biggest stir on Friday was, without a doubt, the newly formed Team Entourage, a second team made from the Dynasty Super Stable.
This is our first event here under Entourage. We're a pro team. We're a sister team to Dynasty. We have a larger squad for X-Ball, and a lot of players weren't getting a chance to play the 7-man when they're some of the best players in the world and they can play for any team they want. So the organization decided to be in the best interest of the organization that we have a second 7-man team to finish out the season.
A solid first day would see Entourage finishing with 3 wins, their only loss being to Bob Long's Ironmen.
You know, I think we're doing okay. It's going to take a little while. We're prepared, and these guys are up to the motion, and they're playing pretty good right now.
Several others, including the Ironmen, Triple Tap, Excessive, and Reds Hurricanes, would finish the day with 3 maxes, as would Infamous, Joy Division, and number 2 in the pro standings, Arsenal, with the help of 2 renegade Frenchmen.
Oh yeah, we picked up a couple guys from the Tauntauns. It was Captain and the brothers, Halmon brothers, Fred and Fabrice. Excellent players, great. Helped us out big in Spain. We got a win in Spain, which was huge for us. You know, as a first year as a team to get a win. You know, beating Dynasty in 2 games in the finals, which is, you know, huge for me and for the team. I mean, I used to play with them, live with them, so it's like, you know, it's a big accomplishment for me, and it feels really good to, you know, snuff out my boys. But I mean, we're just trying to catch them. You know, we're only 18 points behind right now in the running, second place. Looking for a win here in Malaga and then San Diego. I mean, it's getting crunch time now. Everybody's fighting for their spots, so just got to make it happen.
4 teams would complete Friday's competition with 4 maxes: the Icemen, Avalanche, Brimstone Smoke, and Dynasty.
This tournament means a lot for us. If we win this tournament, we win the NPPL Series, win the Millennium Series, and the World Series. And we've already won the PSP Series. So that's more than Triple Crown, that's Quadruple Crown, whatever you want to call it.
Saturday would bring clear skies and the chance for teams to make good on Friday's mistakes. The Naughty Dogs, who have been unfortunately out of the finals picture for the last few events, dropped 2 on Friday, but would make good on Saturday with wins against The Edge, Entourage, and a 100-point win against Adrenaline.
All of the things that you did never shame you. Always come so easily. Not a word to blame you.
With everything going so well, there were no complaints from the Dogs. In fact, it was just the opposite.
This is the best playing surface I've ever played on in my entire career, by far. The grass holds, it's soft, it doesn't rip up, it's the best.
Just as things seemed to be going right for the Dogs, Bob Long's Ironmen would deal them a severe blow, ruining their chances at the finals.
Then you go turning your back on your dear friends when you got nothing to gain. Not a word to blame you. I just want to say.
Meanwhile, Bob and crew rolled through the competition on Saturday, not only knocking out the Dogs, but every other team that got in their way. Avalanche, also aching to make the finals, seemed prepared to do so in Vegas. A perfect day on Friday was backed up by another, which included back-to-back perfect games against first Adopted Rage and then the London Tigers.
It's a little bit of inconsistency that we have to deal with. I mean, we know we were going to go through growing pains as our first year in pro. As long as we got him out and we start doing consistent from the year on out, I'm happy. Ed's happy, everyone's happy.
Dynasty, possibly feeling the pressure of not holding the big trophy for the last 2 events, would be the only other team to move to the quarterfinals with 8 wins.
That's what everybody wanted. You know what I mean? It's when you win tournaments and when people don't give you the credit you deserve, even though you're out here busting your butt. It's always better to come in and win a tournament when all the teams are there. There's no discrepancies, no people are saying nothing. But I mean, it really doesn't matter. All the tournaments that were won last year were well deserved. And this year we won the tournament, took second in one, and the third one we ended up taking third. Should have done better than that one, had that. But it's nice to play against other teams, just to have other people here.
Dynasty's toughest match of the day was against Brimstone Smoke, but an aggressive move into the snake by Ali would be the final blow. Brimstone Smoke would also suffer a loss at the hands of Reds Hurricanes, who were having another phenomenal day of competition.
Came out here and we've had a great prelim again. 6 out of 7 we took, and we staled one of the games. Really wasn't a loss, but in pro paintball you cannot stale. It's as bad as a tie is a loss. Did that against Brass Eagle. We should have won the game. We didn't move at the end of the game, but our fault. But we played some solid paintball. We came to play again. We've been practicing hard, and we beat some good teams again.
Among the more controversial games on the day was that played between Arsenal and Joy Division, the end of which was a melee that defied description.
Yeah, I played in that game. Apparently, one of our guys took a hit somewhere, and I don't know if he kept playing or looked the other way. A ref came during the game and checked him numerous times, and he was clean. And then that's pretty much how it goes. The refs make the call on the field, and you have to stick with it. It's a pro game, 2 good teams going at it. People running, bunkering each other, stuff like that's going to happen. You just got to go with it, how the refs make the calls.
And finally, the most anticipated game of the day, a repeat of the Denver final featuring Infamous and Excessive.
They're great guys, they're a great team, and we've been banging each other all year long. They win, we win, they win, we win. Knocked them out of France, they beat us in Denver. A lot of friends on the team, we've been playing against each other for 15 years. I mean, since the first good teams they played on, we all played on the same good teams, and we've just been beating each other up for 15 years, and it's a blast.
I like those guys, but we got to shoot them.
We weren't getting any kills really, and then we planked one out of them, and they dropped another one of us, so it was from our snake side, so we didn't have any offense after that. We were just stuck in the front. Their whole game was just to break down, drag the game out, and hope to chop us up coming in aggressive. This is what they did too, but then they all started coming back. They came too aggressive themselves. They didn't really coordinate it. Our last 2 players, Travis Lemansky and Brian Fowl, were in the 2 corners that chopped all them coming up and then went back through and closed it out. I think there was only like 25 seconds or 20 seconds left of the game, but it was a good game both ways. We were playing down the whole game, and then they just got sloppy closing out.
That you don't even know the real difference. Suffering, pleasure, and pain. Then you go turning your back on your difference when you got nothing to gain. I don't wanna blame you. I just wanna say, time after time, always seem to expect it. Playing the game that you play.
Sunday, beginning of the final round and the final day of competition. The slate is clean, and all the teams start Sunday on equal ground.
Man, it's a new tournament. We always say that the tournament starts on Sunday. It's a Sunday club, man. This is what it's about. This is why you play paintball.
Friday and Saturday is your weeder day, and then Sunday you come to play ball. I mean, even the fields you're playing, you've got to adjust because teams have been watching you play, captains have been scouting you, and they're watching your game plan, and they're laying for you, and they're adjusting to what you've been doing. So you've got to come out with a new game plan. You can't have a bit of fear, and no regrets, man. That's one thing when I played on Ground Zero. Always said, Mr. Yo myself, no regrets.
What do you want? What do you want?
Dynasty, as always, would come out of the gate with a win against Ironman. But after taking a second in Tampa and a third in Denver, they're taking nothing for granted.
So far this year, we've had a first in Huntington, a second in Tampa, and then a third over there in Denver. And this year's been a little rough for us. Usually in the summertime, we do tend to get a little worse. We don't play as strong. At least we got a third in Chicago also last year. And I mean, the competition's getting a lot better. We're not ahead as we were, all last year.
As fate would have it, Dynasty would meet with sister team Entourage for their second game of the quarterfinals. Many speculated on the possibility of planned scenarios, but the speculation was without warrant.
Played them, and we played them straight up because there's no need to set anything up. I think it's not worth getting disqualified after as much as we have running on this tournament. So, so far so good. We got to play Jacksonville now on the NPPL field, and we play the field pretty well. So hopefully we'll beat them and move on.
Dynasty's last quarterfinal game against Jack's Warriors would be their third win and place them as the top seed in the semis, and as the only team to be undefeated in the round. As for the rest of the field, each having at least one loss or a draw, with the exception of the Icemen with 2 maxes under their belts, the last set of quarterfinal games would be do or die. A critical match between Infamous and Arsenal would go to tie, with Infamous being up on bodies. Wins by Infamous against New York Raiders and Reds Hurricanes would place them solidly into the semis.
Arsenal, on the other hand, would be dealt an unexpected blow from the New York Raiders and would eventually have to watch from the sidelines as their NPPL second place standings slipped away. Avalanche, having taken a loss to the Icemen in Game 1, would then take wins against both Shockwave of UK and then Excessive, setting them high on the bubble. Excessive, with 1 loss to Avalanche and a win against Shockwave UK, had to win their final match against the Icemen to move on.
Without taking into consideration all of the facts, it appeared as if the Icemen won the game. They took out Team Excessive one by one and would pull and hang the flag, but all that would change. Suspicions that one or more of the Icemen's guns were shooting extra balls were confirmed at game's end, resulting in an automatic DQ. 0 points awarded for the event.
The Icemen were also assessed 3 1-for-1s for sideline coaching. Being as there were not enough players still standing at game's end, the rule gives the flag pull and hang to the other team. An extremely lucky swing for Excessive, but a tragedy for Avalanche, who received their only loss in the quarters at the hands of the Icemen, and would finish 3 points out of the semis.
So here are the quarterfinal standings. Top 4 moving on to the semis. Rocky, a real shame for Avalanche, stuck in 5th place.
Bro, 3 points out of the semis, super hard to swallow. But good showing for New York Raiders, first outing at Super 7 NPPL. Can't go wrong with a 6th place finish.
Pure Promotions presents the NPPL Super 7 World Series in association with WDP, makers of the Angel, the most advanced paintball marker in the world. And KINGMAN, when you are fearless, when you are powerful, you are unstoppable. KINGMAN, unstoppable. And Tippmann Pneumatics Incorporated, building high-performance paintball markers and accessories since 1986. Tippmann, made in the USA. And by the only magazine of the players, by the players, and for the players. In-your-face paintball. Faceful Magazine. Now let's go down on the grass. The championship field here in Las Vegas, more than any other, is set up for players to move into forward positions. Our very own Rocky Cagnoni illustrates how to take advantage of those key front bunkers, starting with the small taco and the snake.
All right, what we got here is the front player spot on the spectator side. Player's gonna run out, dive into the small taco, put in their rear, they're gonna wrap, and they're gonna try to slide into the snake, crawl up. As you see, there's gonna be a lot of bunkers. So a lot of these players, they're gonna have multiple targets, and they're gonna be ghosting each bunker here.
Another valuable piece of real estate will be the center half moon.
Players are gonna be diving in, shooting the stand-up, crossing over, shooting the back stand-up and the taco, and possibly the snake if they do try to make it. But it's gonna be usually the back stand-up, taco, and then they might even play over the top, shoot that back left.
And finally, the 50-yard line stand-up.
All right, something new on the Super 7 NPPL field is that big brick in the middle. People are gonna be running through it. They're gonna feel warm and fuzzy inside when they get here, but this is where all the run-throughs are gonna happen, right here, just like this. Just like that, and that could win the game right there.
Yo, this is Rocky Cagnoni. You've been down on the grass.
Time now for highlights from the semifinals. Semi 1 featured Infamous and Excessive, our two finalists from Denver. Excessive lost that match, and they were hungry for some payback.
Infamous lost Lamberson and Foul on the breakout in Game 1, while Excessive's team remained intact. Infamous lost 2 more players from the backfield, and then Excessive began launching attacks at Lasoya and Kopkop, who were deep in the red zone. Once they were gone, Telford and Eberly closed out the game.
Game 2 got messy.
In the closing moments, Brian Fowl, Travis Lemansky, and Chris Lasoya were able to hit the 3 remaining Excessive players. And it happened so fast that the refs were still making their calls when Lemansky came in and made sure the Excessive players were covered with paint. Lemansky was pulled and the cooler heads prevailed, with Infamous taking the win with only Lasoya standing.
Well, there's nothing better than a heated Game 3 decider.
Late in the game, the key play was triggered by Nicky Cuba's run-through. Nicky shot Rusty Glaze out of the middle of the red zone, and in the chaos, Brandon Lamerson was shot out by a teammate. It came down to Telford and Lapid versus Lemansky and Fowl. Lemansky got shot moving into the red zone, and a 1-for-1 ended the match.
You know, everyone's fired up. We came in that last game, you know, having a loss, but we just turned it up and we want to be in that finals. You know, we want that first place. We're hungry. Had a close chance in Denver against Infamous. They put us out, returned the favor.
Semi 2 was a win-win situation between Dynasty and Dynasty's other team, Entourage. Either way, someone from Dynasty was going to be in the final.
Overall feeling's good. We didn't make the finals last tournament because of a little mental error, so we're back in the finals this tournament, back where we feel we belong. So time to go get paid. Having our 2 teams together, it's just nice having a whole bunch of good players, not sitting and watching around tournaments. You know what I mean? It's nice to have them playing, shooting the people up, just being there. They're just with us. Everybody, we're all together.
Hey, what up? I'm Maximus from Team Joy Division. I'm here to demonstrate this new beauty, the Speed 05. Check it out. Angel, baby.
Well, this is the new Angel Speed, the Speed 05.
Yeah, I got the new Speed this event. We had a big unveiling party Thursday for it.
There's a lot of people who are familiar with the Fly will recognise certain elements with the gun. It has the same engine, which is capable of 31 balls a second.
It's good. It's a reliable gun for a decent price, fast, and it's going to rip right out of the box.
It has a proven Angel Eye system.
Turn it on, let it rip. It's just rolling. I didn't break a ball all weekend.
The main difference between this gun and the Fly is the trigger. It works with dual polarity magnets. The magnet at the back here actually pushes the trigger forward to return the stroke, and the magnet at the front pulls it up. So what you've got is 2 magnets working in the same direction to pull the trigger and get a very fast return on the trigger stroke. And to be honest, it's amazing to see this kind of performance in a gun that retails for under $1,000.
Yeah, it's got a new foregrip, some new internals, just lighter, faster, cut the fat.
Where we manufacture the Angels in Birmingham, Birmingham actually has a very long history of firearm manufacture. Since about the 18th century, there's companies like Purdy who make very high quality shotguns. And being from Birmingham and making paintball markers, we wanted to carry on that tradition and just make the best possible paintball marker that we could.
Pure Promotions presents the NPPL Super 7 World Series in association with WDP, makers of the Angel, the most advanced paintball marker in the world. And KINGMAN, when you are fearless, when you are powerful, you are unstoppable. KINGMAN, unstoppable. And Tippin Pneumatics Incorporated, building high-performance paintball markers and accessories since 1986. Tippin, made in the USA. And by the only magazine of the players, by the players, and for the players. In Your Face Paintball, Faceful Magazine. The Division III final featured two teams making their first appearances in an NPPL final. After 3 results out of the top 10 of this season, PTI brought their A game to Las Vegas. Their opponent was Paintball Mark Factory, a team that played their first Super 7 event in Denver and finished 3rd overall.
Game 1 was controlled by the boys in red, Paintball Mark. Aggressive moves into the red zone and some nice shooting helped them to a victory in Game 1.
Everybody getting down dirty. Love of life in the same breath the city cursed me. When I look to the red skies and beg for mercy. When you look at the skyline, I'm just telling you what's on my mind.
These teams were playing for overall points and a first place prize valued at $2,900.
PTI came back strong in Game 2. This time they took the red zone, finished with 4 men alive, and Scotty Lane closed out the game with a nice bunker.
Another 3-game final, a good indicator of the strength of these teams in the final. There are no easy wins.
And a nice showing for PTI, coming back from a first game loss and winning 2 in a row to take the Division III title here in Las Vegas.
Red sky, can't find the joy to sing, nah, can't find what the music used to bring to me. Peace and harmony in my own soul, I've been feeling so damn cold like I don't care. Gotta get out of this cycle, I ain't going nowhere. Gotta get my mind right, cause right now I just might flip, yeah. I need to calm down and work on my...
Richmond Riot and Thunder Kids round out the top 4.
Standing here with Dave Webb of PTI, Division III champions. Let's talk about that last game. What was the strategy going in?
The strategy was just not to. They shot the lanes real hard off the break. We just wanted to get into our bunkers. We knew if we got into our bunkers, we were going to take them out. We were going to take them out. We played tight. We played hard and aggressive. But the big thing was we lost Game 1 just by going up our lanes and letting them blaze us out. So the most important thing was just to make it into our bunkers. And we knew once we did that, we were going to shoot them out. And we did. We took them down 1 by 1 and had 5 standing on the field when it was all done. So the best guys won today. That's definite.
So what can we expect to see in San Diego?
In San Diego, hopefully we'll do the same thing. We're hoping for it. Hopefully our sponsors are happy right now. PTI, Draxis, Empire National. We've got a lot of support, and the NPL is amazing. Best league around.
Superstar!
Just Paintball leads the overall as we head to San Diego for the Commander's Cup.
every NPPL event has the world's greatest paintball trade show and expo. This weekend alone, we've had 3 manufacturers release 3 of their new markers: System X, WGP, and WDP. And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
I said I gotta get mine, no, my man ain't doing fine.
The action in Division II has been incredible all season long. The most consistent team has been Mox Knicks with 2 seconds and a 3rd place finish. They were ranked 4th out of the quarters and qualified for the final by beating Method of Destruction in 2 games. Here in Vegas, they were hoping for the win. Their opponent was NorCal, a team competing for their first Super 7 event of the season. As a newcomer to the NPPL, they quickly proved they belonged by finishing the quarters ranked 2nd, then earning a spot in the finals by taking out Maxim 2 Factory in 3 tough games.
Interesting game 1 saw 3 NorCal players eliminated on the breakout, while Mox Knicks only lost 1. NorCal stayed in the game and sent 2 Mox Knicks players to the dead box before losing another of their own. Mox Knicks' Shane Vanetta made his way into the snake and looked like he might do some major damage. But Mike Martin was ready for him, controlling the tape. Mox Knicks was now down a man, 2 on 3, but Nate Perillo and back player Heat Forbes kept their cool, communicated, and worked together to eliminate 3 remaining NorCal players and win the game.
The Division II prize purse includes $6,000 to first place and $3,000 to second.
In game 2, NorCal came back with a vengeance. Mox Knicks struggled on their breakout with 3 men stuck in the middle back and quickly lost 3 players. Meanwhile, NorCal broke out clean and advanced into the red zone, being led by Scotty Hagan. After being bunkered at the end of the first game, Scotty was looking to get even, and he got it. He bunkered Mox Nick's second to last player as NorCal shut down Mox Nick's quick game, losing only one player in the process.
On to the deciding Game 3.
The teams switch ends of the field once again, and this time NorCal struggled with their breakout. Confusion about assignments cost them 2 players early, and the frustration was evident. Mox Nix took the Game 2 loss and put it behind them. Their breakout was clean and they immediately attacked the red zone. In less than a minute, they had 3 players at midfield pounding NorCal. NorCal responded with some defensive run-throughs, but Mox Nix continued to press. A few players were traded, but NorCal eventually buckled under the onslaught. Game 3 and Las Vegas title in Division 2 to Mox Nix.
Congratulations to Mox Nix on winning their first NPPL Super 7 event of the season. Maxim 2 Factory and MOD round out the top 4.
I'm standing here with Van Burris of Mox Nix, who is now the series leader. Tell me about the strategy going into these finals games.
The way the nipple fields have been playing out, you have to come out aggressive, guns up, shooting. NorCal does that really well, some really good players on there, and we try and match that, and you got to get outside, try and shoot some people off break, and you just kind of go from there with the flow on a lot of it. But it's aggressive in your face and normally pretty quick games.
Great. So now this is your first win for the series this year, but you're the series leader. Who's your biggest competition for San Diego?
Right now we have, because of today, we got a pretty good lead on STP, which was in 2nd place in the series. It'll be STP Severe and Atomics Paintball. Those are the 2 that we're most worried about as we come to the events.
It's alright, it's my problem, it's no problem, leave me alone. Just do what I say, just when I say we'll get loud. Out here, we're alone now, not alone now, I know it's wrong. Sometimes it controls me, don't control me, and I don't know why, because I can't help it, feel so helpless every time, and you say, you've been thinking, it's my drinking, well you might be right.
Time now for Division I highlights. Qualifying for the final by way of a third-place ranking out of the quarters and a whipping of the Viewloader All-Stars in the semis was Farside. A 20th in Huntington, a 5th in Tampa, a 3rd in Denver document their steady improvement. A win in Las Vegas could give them a shot at the Division I overall title in San Diego. Their opponent, Justice, was ranked 4th out of the quarters, and they had to play Evolution 3 games to make the final. While they missed Huntington, a 2nd place finish in Tampa and a 6th in Denver are evidence of their abilities.
The breakout in Game 1 saw both teams lose a player. Then, an attempt to get into the red zone failed for Farside, but a second run through neutralized Justice's penetration to midfield. Despite being a man down, Farside took control of the red zone and gradually shut down Justice to win Game 1, 96-12.
This best-of-3 game final would award $8,000 to the champion and $4,000 to 2nd place.
Game 2 was a carbon copy of Game 1, with both teams losing players on the breakout. However, Justice never got anyone into the red zone, and the outcome of the game was the result of that. Farside took out 3 of their opponent's players, then recognized the perfect opportunity to fill the red zone. Having done that, increased pressure from sharper angles left Justice no place to hide. Farside picked up their first win of the year by executing and working as a team. Get up my level! Get up! You're gonna shoot him in the face! Yeah! Yeah! That's all us! That's all us!
Yeah.
Yeah!
See,
Get
Kyle
off
here is
my level!
bipolar. Yeah, so he's in a manic state
Yeah.
right now. Why would you say that? Look at him.
Hi, I'm standing here with Ben from Farside, Division I champions here in Las Vegas. What was the overall feeling going into this game?
The overall feeling was that it was a team effort. We deserved it. We've been playing for a team together. We're all friends. We all live in the area. We've been playing together, playing hard. We played, I don't know, and we're good. We won. We deserve to win.
Can you break down that last game for me? What was the strategy going into it?
Well, we won the first one, so they had their backs against the wall. And, I don't know, they just had to come to us, set up, and shot paint. That was it.
So what do you guys plan on doing tonight to celebrate?
Not getting on my airplane. I don't know. Probably illegal stuff for my age, but...
Everything happens like that in Las Vegas, I guess.
Here are the final standings for Las Vegas Division I. Evolution and Viewloader All-Stars round out the top 4. The overall race will be decided in San Diego at the Commander's Cup, as each team's top 5 results from the year will determine their rank. As of right now, Evil has a commanding lead by virtue of their appearance and win in Toulouse, France. Pure Promotions presents the NPPL Super 7 World Series in association with WDP, makers of the Angel, the most advanced paintball marker in the world. And KINGMAN, when you are fearless, when you are powerful, you are unstoppable. KINGMAN, unstoppable. And Tippmann Pneumatics Incorporated, building high-performance paintball markers and accessories since 1986. Tippmann, made in the USA. And by the only magazine of the players, by the players, and for the players. In Your Face Paintball, Faceful Magazine. Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada's Sam Boyd Stadium and stop number 4 of the NPPL Super 7 World Series. I'm Artie Edmonds along with Rocky Cagnoni. Well, it's time for the Pro Final. And for more, let's go to Tony.
Thanks, guys. In an NPPL tournament game, we always have 9 refs on the field. During the finals, we upped that number to 15 to ensure the fairest, safest game as possible. These teams are ready to go. Let's go to the finals.
Well, head ref Dan Perez in the middle of his two field judges talking about assignments. They'll have their hands full on this one, Rocky.
Totally, Artie.
Well, Dynasty's back in the final after a third place showing in Denver and second in Tampa. Looking at their roster, Tyler Mashad played for Excessive in Denver, and now we switch to Dynasty. What do you think about that, Rocky?
For what I heard, Tyler was a thorn in Dynasty's side in Denver. So you know what I say, if you can't beat him, join him.
Or recruit him, right? Excessive has put together another solid showing after taking second place in Denver. Check out Matty Marshall and Thomas Taylor getting it ready for the match here. A little adrenaline to heighten the senses, right, Rocky?
Yeah, these guys just want to win. They got big Rich Telford back in the lineup after watching from the sidelines in Denver. The new guy, Jesse Lapid, has already been a factor in the semis. Let's see what he does in the finals.
All right, well, we're ready for our best of 3 game pro final with $20,000 going to the winning team. This should be interesting. And here's Dan Perez getting us into our 10-second countdown.
10 seconds.
Big first game right here.
Huge. Both of these teams want it really bad. Excessive, they want to do something here.
Well, they have the chance to set the tone.
And the game is on!
Oliver Lang getting hit on the breakout.
Oh, Eberle gets Cyclops. Thomas Taylor gets taken out of the middle, too. Oh, and I think Big Rich is also hit.
That's right, Rich Telford, he gets pulled, so we're 6-4 right now.
Brian Cole, sporting Rouse jersey, bumps out Snake's Eye Taco.
And say goodbye, Matty Marshall, he just gets yanked.
He just got some pink, man, courtesy of Ryan Greenspan.
6-3 Dynasty. And there goes Frazier up into the red zone.
Playing that big stand-up. There's Martinez working on Jesse Lapid. Oh, he shot out 6-2.
This is really going Dynasty's way right now, Rocky.
BC just popped out, shot Nicky Cuba. Davey swings to the outside, back right corner. 6-on-1, man. Hey, look out, take it, get out of there.
And here comes Frazier in to collect the flag for Dynasty. Dynasty's gonna take the match.
Wow, that's the Dynasty that I remember right there.
And they only lost one man, Oliver Lang, on the breakout. 6 bodies standing.
Wow, 99-3 final score.
And check this out, Rocky. Talk about a slap in the face. That game took less than a minute. For those of you who missed that one hot minute, let's run it down again. Rocky?
Classic Dynasty domination. Despite losing Ollie on the breakout, quickly shot 3 excessive players from their primary positions. Eberle, Telford, Taylor, and Marshall were all eliminated. Brian Cole worked in the snake and took out Nicky Cuba. But by that time, it was 6-on-1. Even though Davey bumped out, Brian Cole was in the snake waiting for him. Not gonna happen.
The pro consolation final between Infamous and Entourage decided 3rd and 4th place.
Game 1 saw Infamous press hard up the middle and lose Chris Lasoya early. They managed to keep their game plan together, and Entourage was whittled down to a solo Garrett Maxwell versus Glaze, Fow, and Lamberson. Garrett shot Glaze, but Game 1 went to Infamous. Game 2 was a display of precision by Infamous. Adam Johnson charged into the red zone on the breakout and shot Entourage's Mike Cota. 45 seconds later, Infamous had chalked up a perfect 100-point game and clinched 3rd place.
And congratulations to Infamous. But now it's time for Game 2 of our final match between Dynasty and Excessive. Game 1, Rocky, had to be considered a blowout for Dynasty, and I'm sure that Excessive won't let Game 2 be that easy. With 20 grand on the line, a packed house, I mean, there's a huge opportunity here.
All eyes are definitely on this game right here. 10-second warning.
Dan Perez, our head referee down there on the field.
And the game is on. Clean breakout by both teams. Oh, Excessive's Thomas Taylor makes it into the red zone. That means there's gonna be a lot of added pressure in the middle.
Added pressure on Dynasty for sure, definitely an Excessive advantage.
Here comes Alex Frazier moving up, sliding into that half moon. Trying to open up that middle. Neil Eberle shooting down the tape. Oh! Shoots his former teammate, Tyler Mashad.
That gives Excessive the advantage, 7-6. Wow. Oh, that was Lapid, just got shot out of the taco.
Tied up, 6-all.
That was BC from Dynasty, took him out.
Thomas Taylor right here, he's got to watch that middle, make sure no one makes it that stand-up. That's where a lot of damage is coming from, the games we've been watching. Ref goes over, he's checking Martinez.
And he's gone.
Oh my goodness.
That's right, 5-6 excessive.
Rich Telford, Phil Jesse Lapid's spot, just mowing that middle.
And here comes BC, up the tape.
Davey catches him out in the open, but gets hit by Ali in the process, but he takes BC down.
That'll make it 4-5 excessive.
Davey's taking a walk. He's trying to ask where, but it ain't happening.
And there goes Nicky Kuba to fill the spot.
Nice move, nice move. Thomas Taylor, man, he just got taken out of the red zone. 4-on-4.
And bam, Frazee gets hit. He's gone.
Wow, 3-4, excessive lead.
And Nicky Kuba's getting pulled.
Johnny Perchek tries to move up. Ref says he's hitting the leg. Rich Telford still playing that taco. He's been mowing it from there the whole game.
But he got hit. Here comes the ref to pull him out. Greenspan hit him. Greenspan set his sights and nailed him. We got a 2-on-2. It's a brand new game, Rocky.
Absolutely. Dynasty's Greenspan and Lang versus excessive Elberly and Marshall.
And something's got to happen here. Here comes Eberly making a move. Time's about to expire. He can feel it.
Oh, but he gets hit. A 1-for-1 is called.
And that'll do the game. Excessive just shot themselves in the foot with that 1-for-1 penalty.
But they really didn't have a choice. They had to make a move.
And now Lang's got to get this flag and hang it at the Dynasty end before time expires.
He's motoring.
He certainly is. And that's going to do it. Dynasty 95-15, closing out the match, second win of the season, locking down another Super 7 overall title. Rocky, run it down for us.
Here we go. Eberly bolts off to the red zone, knowing time is a factor. Gets hit from Oliver Lang. Kept going. It didn't matter, though, because Oliver Lang shot down the tape, shot Matty Marshall out anyways.
And one final word from our refs. Nicky Kuba was pulled for profanity, not for getting shot. Here's our standings at event number 4, Dynasty on top. Let's go down to the champs, $20,000 richer. They're hanging out with Tony.
Standing here with Dynasty, they have just won the Las Vegas tournament and actually won 15 games in a row here. Not a single loss for the team. How's it feel, guys?
It feels incredible. It's amazing.
So what can you tell me about strategy going into these finals games?
Well, the other night we sat down and we know that we are all fantastic players. We just got to get it out and put it on the field, and we put the extra effort in. We always put effort in to walk the field and stuff like that, but you know, we knew what we had to do in order to win this tournament. Winning this tournament meant a lot to us. Now we are Triple Crown winners again for the 3rd year, as well as the PSP, X-Ball already. We won the World Series, the NPPL, and the Millennium already. There's still 3 more tournaments. So we had to work hard. We had to just get it up. You know, everybody started hating on us, but it's hard to win tournaments, so all the time.
So what are you guys going to do tonight to celebrate?
Well, we're in Vegas, so I'm sure we can find a few things to do, you know?
All right, thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tony. Overall standings after 3 European events and 4 U.S. events look like this. Dynasty has another series championship, but who will finish second? Excessive, Avalanche, and Arsenal are all still in the mix. Here's our WDP move of the tournament. Rocky?
Has to go to Oliver Lang. Closed out game 2 for Dynasty by eliminating Neil Eberly during his run through and then taking out excessive last man, Matty Marshall.
difference, suffering, pleasure, and pain. Then you go turning your back on your dear friends when you got nothing to gain. I don't wanna blame you, I just wanna say, time after time, always seem to expect it, playing the game that you play. Get what you want, get what you want, then you break it. Get what you want, get what you want, then you break it now. I don't wanna blame you, I just wanna say, blame the one that raised you, giving you everything. Get what you want, get what you want, then you break it. Get what you want, get what you want, then you break it.